know that, I spoke to Steve Ballmer last night for a second, and he's pretty hurt that, there's so many people out there with opinions that come up in his face, smiling in his face, talking to him, and never even had the decency to call him and ask his opinion about it. Ramona Shelburne obviously did otherwise. That's why she got the interview, and that's why she is as great as she is. But to me, the biggest focal point for all of this should be Kawhi Leonard. The number one reason this story has credibility is because it implies that Kawhi Leonard got paid for doing nothing. And that is what we know him to be. He is a two-time champion. He's a two-time NBA Finals MVP. He is an absolutely spectacular player when healthy. On the basketball court, if he were healthy, the Clippers legitimately would be title contenders because of how gifted he is. But there was an investigation into his uncle, who's his manager, and stuff like that, years ago because of improper benefits, which ended up being nothing, according to numerous reports. Fine. But he is known as peeling out every perk he can, every dollar he can squeeze out, and he doesn't hesitate to take time off. 45% of his games missed in the regular season throughout his career. 30% games missed in the postseason. When you need him, he just ain't there. This last playoff series was an aberration simply because he showed up to play, because it was a shock to everybody that he was going to be available. If this were LeBron or Steph or somebody else, something like this would be thrown to the wolves. Why? Because to imply that they would be paid for doing nothing, nobody would ever think of it, because they are ambassadors for the league. They show up, they honor their commitments to the team in every way, not just on the court, but off the court, and nobody would look at them that way. But because this is Kawhi Leonard, notorious for being, absent from work, notorious for that. That's why I know it raised my eyebrow. Wait a minute here. Kawhi Leonard, $28 million. No responsibilities. Damn, that sounds like him. That's exactly what we were thinking. And that's why I guarantee you that's probably one of the top two reasons the NBA is investigating this. They got to, because of Ballmer, and it's an own innocent accusation out there. The other part is Kawhi Leonard paid.
All right, we're up against it. Got to hit the top of the hour.